Hi, this is Josh from Padcaster. This informal video is going to show you all of the contents in your Padcaster Starter Kit and how to use them together. So you'll see that the Padcaster Starter Kit comes in this backpack and this tripod bag. It consists of a case, a unidirectional microphone, cold shoe adapter, audio splitter, lens sticker, wide angle lens, and this tripod. So I'm going to start building it from the tripod up and we'll go through the features as we build it, okay? So first, this is the new Padcaster tripod monopod. It is both a tripod and a monopod in one. It comes in this small carry bag. And as you can see, the first thing you'll notice is it is actually folded upside down. That lets it pack smaller, but the legs actually unfold. And there are 3 positions for the legs. They can go straight, farther out, or so wide that you're almost to the floor. So they have a really wide spread on them. All 3 of the legs go down like this. And they have 3 stages here. I'll extend them all. 1, 2, 3. This tripod extends to a full height of about 70 inches and collapses to a height of packing height of about 25 inches. So you can see it's pretty tall with the legs fully extended and the telescoping neck all the way up. But you can turn this neck dial and bring the neck down and lock it down here, and it's a little bit more of a normal size for normal height operators. So really nice thing about this is you can actually detach one of these legs and it completely unscrews. And you can take this neck out and the tripod converts into a monopod. We have a separate video that shows that feature, but if you're on the go and you want something that you can take and really run around with without having 3 legs, it's a great feature to have. So once the tripod is down, you'll notice that there are 2 ways that you could level it. So you can try leveling by adjusting the leg height, and you'll see there's a ball level right here. But if you don't want to level the tripod with the legs, you can actually use the ball leveler and the ball head to make that adjustment as well. So you'll notice there's another ball level here. You can loosen this adjustment right here, and you can, when you see this bubble centered in the ball level, you know that the tripod head is level regardless of your surface. It has pan controls over here that lock down, and tilt controls here. Both of them lock down and have a very fluid action. It also has a quick release plate, which means that you can unscrew this knob here. There's an orange release button here that you press, and the quick release plate slides right out. Now, this plate will go onto the Padcaster frame, and that way, if you want to put the Padcaster on the tripod, you can slide it on. If you want to take it off very quickly, you can just slide it off. You don't have to screw it in from underneath the tripod head. So why don't we get started there? I'll take out the Padcaster and we'll start assembling that. And you can see Padcaster Starter Kit comes with our rugged backpack. It has a rain cover that protects it from the elements. It also has a tripod pocket here. So if you want to, you could actually take this tripod, put it in here and clip it to the backpack if you want to have just one thing with you while you're shooting. It has another nice feature, which is that when you're wearing it, you can't open it. So that the only way to get it open is to actually take it off and unzip it from the inside. I'll show you the contents of the starter kit right now. You'll see there is a quick start guide that has a diagram of how all of the pieces go together that I'll show you today. And then right behind it, you'll see the Padcaster case itself, and then the components of the unidirectional microphone, the cold shoe adapter that mounts it to the frame, the wide angle lens, and in this zipper pocket, there is a splitter and a lens sticker. I'll go into all of those things in greater detail. But first, let's get the Padcaster frame onto the tripod. So again, we loosen the quick release plate, hit the orange release button, and you'll notice this tripod base plate has 2 points of contact. So what it has is a locking pin and a 1/4-20 screw. You can line up the locking pin with the locking pin hole in the bottom of the Padcaster frame, and then line up the 1/4-20 hole on the Padcaster. Now, you'll have to tighten this screw. It's not good to just hand tighten it. There's about 6 pounds of weight on it when your Padcaster is fully built. So I take, if nothing else, a quarter, better yet, a flathead screwdriver, and I really try to crank on that screw and get it as tight as I can. And that way, when the Padcaster case is on the tripod, and you just go do that by sliding it back in, you'll hear that click. And then on this side, you tighten this knob here. The case is incredibly solid on the tripod and it's not going anywhere. So what we'll do from here is we'll actually install the Padcaster into the case. So you may notice that the iPad itself is fairly shiny. And what we've found is if you can't control your lighting situation, let's say you have light coming directly at you, let's say the sun is shining on you and you're shooting outside, or if you're in a situation where you need to shoot an interview, but you have lights on, above you and you can't just have all the light coming from behind you like you might ideally want, this reflective surface can actually bounce back onto the wide angle lens and cause a slight glare. So what we did is we included a lens sticker that you can see here. And all that does is it acts as a little hood that goes over the lens area of the iPad, and it takes that reflective surface and it makes it black. So you just peel that sticker off, and then you take the 2 short sides up to the corner, drape it over the lens, stick it down here, and then you can see the surface area around the iPad is now black. So let's put it into the Padcaster. I usually start with one end first, typically the lens side, but it doesn't really matter. I make sure that's in there, and then I start working the iPad around the edges. And you can be fairly firm with the iPad. You will not break it. The glass definitely shouldn't break unless it's aftermarket glass, but you can really force it in there. And once it's in, it's not coming out. So that's in there. And as you notice, instead of having a reflective surface, you have a black surface coming through there. And that's when you can take your wide angle lens. This is a 0.45 millimeter wide angle lens. Essentially, it almost doubles your field of view. I live in New York, so I'm always backed up against the wall wishing I had more space. So this comes in handy for me. But it also acts as a macro lens. You can take this apart, unscrew the front end of the lens, and then this itself is a macro lens. So if you wanted to shoot extreme close-ups, something where there's something in the foreground and the backgrounds want to be out of focus, you can use this to shoot really close-up detail. And the thing that's close is in sharp focus, and then everything else in the background becomes out of focus. And it's a nice look if you want it. You can screw these back together, and you can see the case itself has a lens bracket with a 58 millimeter thread. And the wide angle lens just screws right onto that lens bracket like that. Next, we have the Padcaster unidirectional microphone. So this is the kind of microphone that will pick up what's in front of it up to about 4 to 6 feet, and then it will reject the things that are behind it. So it's a very specific microphone. So if you're shooting something and you just want somebody who's right in front of you and the noise that's around you and behind you to disappear, this is the best microphone pattern to do that. It comes with a cold shoe adapter. I put this one on there before I unpacked it, but it allows you to mount the microphone right to the top of the Padcaster frame, just like that. And you'll notice that there's a shock mount built into it. The microphone also has, if you can see that there, a couple different features here. So it has an on-off switch and a low-cut filter. And that's really if you feel that there's a lot of low-end sound and you want to basically adjust for that and cut out some of the low-end noise, that'll do that right on the body of the microphone. You also can make the microphone 10 decibels louder and 10 decibels softer, or leave it right here in the middle. The last thing we have is the Padcaster dual mic headphone splitter. This is a 3-pin or TRRS connection, just like your iPod, or iPhone headphones used to have with the 3 rings on it. And instead of splitting into your headphones and your microphone on your cable, it splits into a microphone jack and a headphone jack. So that allows you to take our external microphones or other external microphones. We have a lavalier microphone, a stick mic for interviews, and a set of headphones that we also have. And it allows you to use our microphones and actually hear them while you're recording your sound. and it's very easy to install. All you do is take it through the Padcaster frame into the headphone jack. Works in there. And you can plug your microphone into the microphone end of the splitter right there. And then you have a port for any set of headphones that you might have, or the Padcaster headphones that you can get on our site. This is the basic setup for the Padcaster Starter Kit. Like I said, it comes packed in its backpack with a tripod bag. It's a great place to start for shooting video and live streaming video. And of course, it leaves you a ton of room to expand on that. Should you want to get dolly wheels for your tripod and move your camera around from location to location without disassembling it, or check out different microphones, different lenses, our teleprompters. It's a real great base to build upon and add different products from the Padcaster line. So get started with this product, and I'm sure you'll love it. Shoot great video and come back for more. Thanks for watching.